All right, course layout. So what we're going to do is I just want to kind of cover how the course is going to run week to week, so that way you know what you're going to be doing. Okay, so first off, we're going to be using Canvas. That's going to be like the main hub. All of your courses should be using Canvas to some extent, even your in-person courses. But as an asynchronous course, we're going to be even more dependent on it. Okay, so to get to Canvas, you can click on this link right here. More than likely, you got to hear from Canvas, so that's not really too special. Canvas is just cecil.instructure.com. Okay, so instructure, so URE.com. And then you just log in with your usual credentials and such. Okay, so we're going to be using Canvas. Now, the way that this is going to work is that every week I will have a module open. So notice this one says Class 1, then there's Class 2, Class 3, Class 4, all the way down for each week until we're done. Okay, so Class 1, you can say, I also put the date on it to make it a little bit easier for you. All you're going to do is you're just going to literally start at the top thing and work your way down. First one you don't really need to do. If you click on it, what you're going to see is it's just bullet points of like what we're covering this week. That's just to be like a pedagogy thing, so it looks like I'm doing something. Resources will have like anything that's extra, so like there's a link to W3 Schools and the code editor. To be frank, you're really probably not going to need that really either. What you do need to do every week is you're going to want to click on lecture. Okay, so if you click on this, it's going to open it up in a new tab. I don't know if you know this, but if you click the middle mouse button, it'll actually automatically open up a new tab when you click on links. It's kind of handy. So what that's going to do is that's going to bring you to currently the current web page of the site. So you'll notice that for all my classes, I use a website, and each one, so I only have one here, but this is my old one. I'm redoing it. But you'll see that every class is on here. And this just links to each one of these pages. Okay, so it's just going to link to my personal website. I make all this just to make things a little bit easier. And then all you're going to do is you're just basically going to go from the top down. Okay, so you've already started doing that. We got to here. Okay, now you'll notice over here I have this little nav menu. Okay, and if you click, you can see which each section is. And so I can click on this, it goes there, this will go to the lab, you can click on the little dots. But I like this because it gives you a sense of how far along you currently are, okay? So just so you can kind of keep track, right? So just be aware that that's over there as well. I'm going to try and keep that nice and clean. It's a real pain to make, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to go through, you're going to go down the website, okay? And all you're going to do is you're just going to go down and just kind of consume the information. What you're going to notice is every time I try to have written content, images if I can help it, okay, and a video basically showing it. Okay, the idea here is that I'm trying to make it as close to what we would have if we were in person, and a lot of these things are linked. So like I suggest using Visual Studio Code. You'll click on that, it'll go to the website. I try to make it as straightforward as possible. I do a lot of drawings of a cone, like a traffic cone. You can see my daughter made crocheted that for me. I have a lot of cone things. Just because my last name's Cone. So that's my brand. So anyway, that's basically what you're going to do. You're going to go down the line, all right? By the time that you're done, when you get down to the bottom, okay, you'll see, where's the lab? We'll click here. There'll be a lab assignment, okay? And basically, you can see here kind of this is more or less what you're going to be graded on. This thing here. I'm going to guide you through the whole thing. You're just going to follow it through, okay? Once you get that completed, once basically you finish the page, what you're going to do is you just go back here, and then you'll see this is where you submit your work. So it says 01 fixed width page HTML, okay? And then you can see here 02 fixed width page CSS, and then 03 fixed page, okay? So there'll be assignment every week, a lab, okay? So you just click on that, and then again you will see this should be the same thing that's on the website. This is what it's going to be graded on, tells you basically what the assignment is. Here's the rubric, so when I grade it, you will get a rubric, and then you're just going to upload it here, okay? And there should be instructions on how to do this in the actual lab, at least the first one, how to complete it, so that way you're good to go. But you're basically going to just upload it here, and then I will grade it, and usually leave a comment. And then in this specific week also, there is also an introduction discussion board, okay, which I already covered a second ago up there, okay, so, but you'll see the next week doesn't have that, okay, so, hopefully that all makes sense. That's the general gist of what you're going to be doing. Now, a couple of other things with that. we are going to have labs, projects, and discussion boards. Okay, you can see this is the way that they are laid out. There are going to be 13 labs. Basically, every week is a lab, unless it's a project week. Okay, so it's probably easier to show you here. So first week is a lab, right? Second week is this lab, then this lab, and then you'll have a project. Okay, the project is more or less the labs I guide you through, and I just kind of tell you what to do. You just follow me along, you know, kind of like a tutorial. The project, you kind of make it on your own. So you'll just do more or less what we already did in the labs, but now you're just doing it yourself, and you're more free reign, you know, go nuts with it. Go way over what I give you, okay? There will also, with the projects, there will be the critique. So what I'm going to want you to do is either upload pictures of it or upload the web page itself, whatever you made, along with a little written description. And that way everyone can see everyone's projects, and you know, we can go, yay, that looks great, and all that. Okay, and then it goes back to another lab, right? So you got a bunch of labs, and then you have a project, and then we got a bunch of labs, and then you have a project. Okay, so that's more or less the way that the course is laid out. All right. Hopefully this all makes sense. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I try to make it as straightforward as possible. Good luck.